What up? What's up, YouTube? Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about my current favorites. If you are new to my channel, hey, my name is Ken. I basically do beauty, lifestyle, vlogging type videos. If that's your thing, definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And now let us begin. Okay, so I did a naughty thing. I completely forgot to charge my other battery and this one's running low. So hopefully either the other battery charges up first and then I can continue, or I finish this all before this battery dies. So let's start off first with base products. And one that I've had in my collection for quite some time but never really showed too much love for it until recently is this Too Faced Hangover Primer. I have used it in a couple of Instagram videos, but I never really liked it, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe because my skin was quite well hydrated back then and this just didn't really do too much. Like, I didn't really see much effect, but recently I feel like I haven't really been drinking too much water and I think my skin is definitely showing that. So this is quite hydrating and it works really well as a makeup base. So yeah, I've been loving that. Foundation. Now, I have been loving the Marc Jacobs ReMarcable foundation. I have done a review if you guys are interested. It should be linked on the screen. Yeah, it's such a good full coverage foundation. You only need a little bit, and I do prefer. I actually really like the color match on this one. I am in the shade 33 beige. If you guys are interested, I am NC30 from MAC. This one I feel is a little bit more neutral, a little bit more spot on to my skin tone. Maybe a little bit lighter than my actual skin. But yeah, NC30 from MAC is just a tad bit too yellow sometimes. This foundation has been quite controversial on the YouTubes. It's the Beauty Blender Bounce Foundation. Now, this foundation has been out for quite some time, but we've only recently gotten our hands on it here in Australia. It's available at Sephora. I have a shade that is way too light for me. This is 2.5, and I actually thought when I got this shade this was going to be a good match to my neck because my neck is quite light compared to my face, but it's still hella light. I actually went on the Sephora America website to find my shade, so I always just use NC30 from MAC as my reference. I think most brands compare their foundation ranges to MAC, or at least know how to compare their foundation shades to MAC, and it said 2.5 was a good match, and when I got this, no, it's way too light, which is quite a shame because I really like the packaging. I really like the fact that you've got this, got your little palette here, you know, you can just dab your sponge in there and then just start applying it all over your face. I really like the packaging. It's just a shame that I can't really test out the formula on its own. So what I have been doing is using this and the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This one is in Sand. Now, this is my summer shade. Unfortunately, this is a little bit too dark for me at the moment. It is currently summer here in Australia, but I haven't been getting that much sun, so I'm kind of still in between my winter and summer shade, and this is a little bit too orangey on me if I wear this alone. So I've been just mixing these two, just experimenting with the ratios, but these two together are amazing, so I'm including these two together as my favorite. And now let's move on to concealers. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Concealer. This is OG, everyone has tried it except for me. I only really got to try this because I received it in a PR package and I was a little bit skeptical, I have to admit. I didn't really want to try this concealer because every time I'd go to Chemist Warehouse or Priceline, I'd look at this concealer and I couldn't really find a shade for myself. I'd always seem to pick a shade that's a little bit too pinky, a little bit too neutral, and I just don't like that for myself, especially for the under eye. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm currently using the shade Medium, and this one actually works really well. I'm not wearing it at the moment, but this is a really nice highlighter shade underneath the eyes, and coverage is really good, and I do find that if I don't prep my under eye properly, like these days I have to wear eye cream if I'm going to be going quite intense on the under eye and bake. Yes. With this, if I forget to, you know, prep the under eye, it's fine. Like, I think the formula itself is quite creamy, that it still hydrates my under eye without emphasizing the fine lines and, you know, powder and stuff. It still looks fine. Another concealer that I have been enjoying is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I am in the shade C5. Again, I received this in PR. Again, I thought this was maybe a little bit too light and a little bit too neutral for my liking. But then I started playing around with it and here we are today. It's in my favorites. Next is an illuminator. This one is the Hyper Real Foundation. It says foundation, but it's not a foundation. This one is in rose gold. I'll do a little... Can you? Yeah, I think you guys can see. Yeah, so it's basically a liquid illuminator. It's quite pretty. I'll actually take some out and put some on the back of my hand. Like if you put a little bit, you can definitely just use that as a little bit of a liquid highlighter. It's quite pretty, quite subtle. Or you can add a little bit more and you can definitely have one of those very metallic blinding highlighters. There you guys go, that's what it looks like and it's quite pretty. Don't know if the shift is showing on camera because what I can see from the viewfinder is just shiny, but in person it has that nice rose gold pink shift, which, you know, is very on trend at the moment. This is quite a large bottle because I only ever really use it just on this part of my cheeks. I know some people mix this in with their foundations to get a nice overall dewy, glowy look to their skin, but again, this is like a rose gold colour and again, very particular about my base. Okay, let's move on to what I'm wearing on my eyes. First off, I've got these contacts, which are starting to get a little bit bloodshot actually. These ones are the Solotica Natural Colours Topazio. I got them from lens.me. If you guys are a first time buyer from their website, I've got a link down below that will give you a discount. Not really sure how much in particular, but you guys are going to get a discount. Yeah, these are one of my favorites. Definitely one of the more natural contact lenses that I have in my collection at the moment. Yeah, it's very, very pretty. And then the actual eyeshadow is the Mecca Max Desert Queen. I was going to say Desert Dream because there's a contact lens that is shade Desert Dream. Desert Queen Eye and Face Palette. So I actually just, this is my first time using it, but I can already tell that I really like it. Like, I don't know. I mean, I just love the color selection, first of all, in this palette. It's just so pretty. And then the combination and everything is just... It's good. It's good. And the fact that it's 38 Australian dollars is just such a huge deal because here in Australia, if you guys aren't aware, eyeshadow palettes, especially from brands like Mecca, which is kind of like the equivalent of Sephora, can run up to 50, 60, up to maybe $100 depending on the brand. So to get that quality in a product like this, it's she good girl. All right, let's move on to blush. Now, again from Mecca Max, I have got the Chic blushes. I've got a couple here. Let me just pull out two. These are very nice. These are, I would say, more sheer tone blushes, definitely buildable, but they do have a little bit of an iridescence to it. Now, I personally prefer my blushes to be quite matte. I don't mind a bit of iridescence, but sometimes if I didn't get enough sleep the night before, I feel like this part of my eyes are a little bit puffy and they emphasize a little bit of a hollowness around here on my cheek. Now, these are little problems on my face that I'm probably the only person that notices this, but they matter to me. So on days where I feel like I have a little bit of puffiness underneath the eyes and it emphasizes a little bit of a weird contour on my face, on my cheek, I tend not to use these. But this one blush that I have been using that I really like is the Maxi blush from Rimmel London. This one is in the color Exposed. When you first look at it, it kind of looks a bit dull, to be completely honest. And when I first got it, I thought, it's probably not going to show up on my skin tone. But I'm actually wearing it on my cheeks right now, and it's doing a really good job, and I really like it. So it's a very dusty rose color, and if you guys ever get a chance to see this in person, don't let first impressions, like first glance, fool you. It's actually quite pigmented and the color is quite flattering, even on someone like myself that has more warm tones. Sorry, something was in my throat and I started coughing and now I feel like my eyes are watering. And let's move on to skincare. Now with skincare, I'm a little bit more particular as opposed to makeup. Like makeup, I'm happy to try it out and, you know, keep it in my collection for like a year, maybe 3 years sometimes. But when it comes to skincare, I try my best to finish it because once you open it, you know, the clock is ticking. Whereas with some bits of makeup, not all, some bits of makeup, if you've used it only once or twice, sometimes it's still good for another 2 years. Even though it's not recommended, I do that. Let's start off first with this face cream. This one is from Medik8. This one is the Advanced Night Restore Rejuvenating Cellular Repair Cream. It's a very long name. It's really good. It's a nice, thick night cream. It does wonders for my skin. I do feel that when I wake up in the morning, my skin is nice and plump. Like, it doesn't look shiny or oily or anything, even if it's like if it's been a hot night or anything. It's still really, really good. I do have to say, with this particular product, I can't use like a hydrating or a rich sort of like essence or toner, because I found that I was starting to break out like in certain parts of my face because it was just way too much hydration. So, you know, if you have a new product and you start to see little bumps here and there, listen to your skin, it's telling you something. And I have been using this Lunico high potency vitamin C 30%. Do you say vitamin? Do you say vitamin? I interchange it every now and then. I don't know. This is a nice vitamin C serum, here we go again, that I use in the morning. So wash my face, pop a little bit of this, then I put on my sunscreen. So whenever I use sunscreen, I just use whatever I have lying around, but there is one sunscreen that has wowed me. If I can find her. There she is. This one is the To Save Face SPF 30 Facial Sunscreen by Mecca Cosmetica. I ordered this and I am in love. It's really nice, lightweight, and it is really good as a makeup base. So for days that I know that I'm going to be out in the sun, I use this. For days that I'm just, you know, doing Instagram tutorials or just, you know, something indoor or nighttime, I will use this. But yeah, this is really good. It's got the right amount of hydration. It's got the right amount of hydration, no flashback. Not that I can see, at least. And yeah, it's a nice base. I think that's it. The only thing I have to say is it is a little bit pricey compared to other sunscreens out there. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you can find sunscreens out in the drugstore that are quite high in SPF and PA for a lot cheaper. But I think with this one, it's kind of like I have to indulge. It's just really good. Okay, now let's move on to hair care. I have been styling my hair a little bit more these days, so I have needed a heat protectant. So I've been using this one from Fanola. This one is the Styling Tools Volume Up Thermo Technology Spray. I don't know, I don't actually know what the name is, it's quite long. But this is the Volume Up Thermal Spray. I spritz a little bit of this when my hair is a little bit damp, the blow dry, and yeah, I don't feel like it does anything to my hair, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't add a sticky residue, doesn't make my hair stiff or anything like that. It just feels like I've just spritzed my hair with water. But I do feel that my hair isn't fried because I have been curling and straightening my hair. And I noticed that if I have not used, and I've noticed if I use a lot of heat in my hair and if I don't use a heat protectant, the ends tend to look a little bit funny after I've washed it. Whereas with this, if I wash my hair and then, you know, just blow dry it and I just blow dry it like just normal, no excessive heat, the ends look fine. So I think it's working. So yeah, I'm still using that. In terms of the tone of my hair, as you guys can see, I've gone for this like nice ashy blonde again. And I have been using the No Yellow from Fanola, but they've recently come out with a vegan version. This one is the No Yellow Vegan Shampoo and Mask. And I have to say, I actually prefer this over the original. The original formula is great, but I do find sometimes if I don't use a hair oil after, my hair is a little bit stiff. Whereas with this combo, my hair feels absolutely soft. And it's quite surprising because it has no silicones. And I am a big fan of silicones in my hair because my hair is so porous. I need those silicones, but for some reason, this actually works really well. I don't know, it works, I don't know, I personally, I prefer this over the original one. Anyway guys, that is pretty much it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys would like to see more of me and some of my Instagram tutorials, head over to Glamboys and MrKenDenis. Links will be down in the description box down below. But yeah, tell me down below as well, what are you guys loving at the moment? And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.